You can start sitting on your heels. Tuck your toes under, lengthen your spine with your hands on your thighs. And just take some time to observe your breath into your heart, into your chest. Feeling your lungs expanding on your inhale, just emptying on your exhale. The chest opening and closing, nice and slow. And if at any time this pose gets uncomfortable, you can always just sit normally on your heels without tucking your toes. Try to stay a little bit longer here. Just focusing on the breath, focusing on the heart area. Now interlace your fingers behind you and pull your hands down. And look up and open your heart. Slowly release. Release your hands, release your feet, and come into your child's pose with your knees wide, your arms stretched in front of you. Look between your hands, come onto your forearms, knees hip width apart, and lengthen your hands a little bit more forward for puppy pose, keeping your hips just on top of your knees, releasing your chin if possible on the mat, if not your forehead. Slowly come back onto your hands and knees, cross your ankles or pass your legs to one side to come sit at the top of your mat. And very slowly roll onto your back. So keep your knees hip width apart, your feet hip width apart on the ground with your knees bent. And now press against the floor with your feet and lift your pelvis up into bridge pose. Lift a little bit more. Keep arching your spine, pulling your heart towards your chin away from your heart. Inhale here and exhale, lower your back all the way down onto the mat. Now lengthen one leg after the other towards the sky. And let all the tensions just fall down all the way into your heart in order to renew your energy. And just breathe deeply, feeling your exhale get a little bit longer than the inhale, a little bit slower every time. Bend both knees and grab onto your knees with your hands. And grab onto your right knee and lengthen your left leg on the mat. Now take a moment to think about, what does your heart desire? Now flex your foot, grab onto the back of your leg, and lengthen the right leg towards the sky. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And listen to what comes up in your heart. Asking your heart what it desires. What does it need to be happy? What does it want? Bend your knee. Lengthen your leg on the mat. And grab onto your left knee. Grab onto the back of your thigh, lengthen your left leg, foot flexed. Now bend your knee. Grab onto both knees and slowly rock your knees from side to side. Bring your knees back to center. And with a little swing, you can come sit and come to the back of your mat, again into your child's pose, Balasana. Slowly come onto your forearms and lengthen one leg after the other for forearm plank. And lift your hips up into dolphin. You can bring your feet slightly forward and press against your hands and try to lengthen both arms at the same time into downward facing dog. So keep your knees slightly bent to help you open your heart, pulling your heart towards your leg, really to open the shoulders, stretch the arms. Just focus on the breath into your heart, into your chest area. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees on the ground, and slowly lower yourself down. And come into your sphinx with your elbows under your shoulders. Open your shoulders, shoulder blades towards each other and down to help you open the heart forward. And look forward or up so you can open your heart a little bit more. Again, focus on your breath. Feel the expansion when you inhale. Open your elbows to the side and exhale. Lower your forehead on the ground, releasing any tensions in the shoulders, in the arms, in the upper back. Your hands underneath your shoulders or slightly back. Press against the floor with your hands and lift up into your cobra. Looking forwards or up. Inhale and exhale, lower back down, forehead on the arms. Now bend both knees, grab onto the outside of your feet or ankles. Lift your head just a tiny bit above the ground and stay here. Release, hands underneath your forehead. Bend your knees again, grab onto your feet or ankles, and this time lift up into your arch pose, Darudasana. Inhale, lift a little bit more. And exhale, lower down, hands underneath your forehead. Hands underneath your shoulders, push back and come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands and start making small steps to the top of your mat, bringing your feet hip width apart. Bend your knees, grab onto opposite elbows. Rock a little bit from side to side. Release your hands, bring your feet together, bend your knees as much as you can, and lift up into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen both legs, open your heart. Exhale, both hands in front of your heart. Inhale, open your arms up, arch your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Bring your hands on the mat and take your right foot back. Lower your knee, release your foot, and lift your arms up and slightly back, arching your upper back, opening your heart to the sky. Breathe here. Feel the expansion when you inhale, the relaxation in your heart area when you exhale. Think about what makes you feel joy, what gives you happiness. What makes you happy? Inhale. Exhale, hands on the mat. Lengthen your back leg and come into downward facing dog. Pull your heart towards your legs. Open up. Now inhale, reach your right leg back and up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Lower your left knee, release your foot, and reach your arms up and back for low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Open the heart up, lengthen your lower back, and really arch from the upper back. Pulling the thumbs backwards. Inhale, open a little bit more. Exhale, release here. One more time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands on the mat. Lengthen your back leg and take your foot to the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open your arms up overhead. Arch the upper back. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands on the mat, and 2 big steps back into plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg back and up. Exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Lower your left knee, release your foot. Stay on your fingertips and open your heart forward. Now bring your left hand flat on the mat and bend your back knee. Maybe grab onto your foot if you can. If not, try to reach towards the foot. And stay here. Release. Bring both hands on the ground and stretch back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg back and up and bring your foot between your hands. Lower your back knee, release your foot, stay on your fingertips and open your heart. Release your right hand flat, bend your back knee and try to reach out towards your foot. Release and stretch back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank and flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, reach your right leg back and up. Exhale, bring your foot between your hands. High lunge, reach your arms up and slightly back. Really open your heart up. Reach your fingertips a little bit more back. Inhale, come back straight. Exhale, open into warrior two. The right heel on the middle of the back foot. Now bring your left hand on your lower back or outer hip. Stretch your right arm up and overhead and stretch to the left. Inhale, lengthen both legs, open your arms and stretch into your triangle pose. Open the heart, reach it towards the sky. Reach your left hand up. Open the shoulder blades close together. Inhale, exhale, hands on the mat, downward facing dog. Open the heart a little bit more. Listen to your heart. What is it telling you? What messages is it sending you? Inhale, reach your left leg back and up and bring your foot between your hands. Inhale, high lunge and open. What does your heart desire? What do you want? Inhale, come back straight and open, warrior two. Now right hand on the lower back or outer left hip. Inhale, reach up and over with your left arm. Keep opening, twisting the heart towards the sky. Inhale, come back up, lengthen both legs, stretch your left arm forward, triangle, Trikonasana. Stay here again, twist the heart to the sky. Good, release both hands on the mat and stretch back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, a right leg back and up. Bend your knee, open your hips, reach the knee to the sky. And bring your right knee just behind your right hand for pigeon pose. Lengthen your spine, stay here or fingertips next to you or slightly behind you to open the heart. Come back straight, hands in front of you, and slowly bow forward. If you can, lengthen your arms forward so you can rest your forehead on the ground. Come back up on your hands, stay here, or bend your back knee and maybe grab onto your foot with your right hand. Release the hands, the foot behind, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up, bend your knee, open your hips. And take your knee just behind your left wrist. Now lengthen, hands in front, next to you or behind you. And take your time to bow forward, Kapotasana. Come back onto your hands. Stay here or bend your back knee and maybe grab onto your foot with your left hand. What makes your heart happy? Or what makes you happy? Come back into your downward facing dog. Stretch back, release your head. Inhale, come into plank and vinyasa. Inhale, open. Exhale, stretch back, downward facing dog. What makes your heart happy? What brings you joy, fulfillment? Inhale, look between your hands, take some small steps to the top of your mat. Bend your knees completely and help yourself with your hands to sit in a cross-legged position with your spine straight. Now bring your left hand on your right knee, your right hand behind you. Lengthen your spine and twist to the right. Keep opening the heart. Keep bringing the shoulder blades towards one another. Really opening and creating space in your heart. Come back to center and twist to the other side. Follow your breath and let the exhale get longer and deeper each time. Open your heart a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Now bring the bottom of your feet together. Grab onto your ankles or feet. Lengthen your spine, open your heart. And bow forward, reaching your heart towards your feet. If you're quite deep into the pose, try to lengthen your arms forward so you can open a little bit more the shoulders and the heart area. Come back up. Bring your feet flat onto the mat, hands behind you, and come into your standing forward fold, grabbing on to opposite elbows. The knees slightly bent. Release your hands and come up one vertebra after the other. Now bend your right knee, grab onto your foot with your right hand, reach your left arm forward and stretch into your dancer pose, Natarajasana. Good, release. And other side, bend your left leg, reach your right arm, and stretch your back leg. Good. Release slowly, both feet on the ground. Close your eyes for a moment. Now on your next inhale, open your arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands on the mat behind you, bending your knees completely. Come sit again. This time, cross your right ankle over your left knee with your hands behind you. If you want to go deeper, bring your foot slightly closer to you, the left foot, or maybe your pelvis more forwards. Help yourself with your hands to find your stretch and reach your heart towards your leg. Now release. And come to the other side. Left ankle over the knee. And find your stretch. Release. Stay onto the top of your mat and slowly lower yourself down onto your back. Take your time, one vertebra after the other. The head comes down last. Arms next to your body, and like before, we're gonna lift the pelvis up for bridge pose. Now you can stay here with your arms, maybe interlace your fingers behind you, or if you can, bring your hands on your lower back or your pelvis as support. Now again, if you have your hands under your pelvis, you can lift your legs directly into plow pose. If not, just lower your pelvis, lift your legs up to the sky, and then lift your pelvis up. Once you're in candle pose, you can release your feet to, just behind your head for plow. Just breathing here, feeling this stretch. If this is too intense for your neck or lower back, you can always keep your pelvis down. Then lift your legs up again, candle pose. Release your hands and lower your spine one vertebra after the other. Bend your knees. Grab onto your legs and just release your back. And then grab onto your right leg and lengthen your left leg on the floor. Just nice deep breaths into your heart area. And slowly come into a twist with your knee to the left. And come back to center. Grab onto your left knee, lengthen your right leg on the mat. And come into the twist. Come back to center. And lengthen your legs and arms for Shavasana. You can stay here, just closing your eyes and relaxing. If you want to connect a little bit more with your heart, just bring your hands on your heart area, on your chest. Just stay here for a few breaths. And start bringing some movement into your body. Stretch your arms up overhead and lengthen. And in your own time, turn onto your right side and come back to the intention that you've created for this year. Come sit in a cross-legged position, bringing your hands on your heart. Just listen to whatever your heart has to tell you, whatever is coming up. Just allow yourself to welcome whatever is coming without judging. And very slowly, you can bow yourself down, thanking yourself for having taken this time for you and for your practice. Thank you very much. Namaste.